Good morning. It is Jenny, aka Kupakai Art. I hope everybody is having a great start to your Saturday. I am here. I'm doing a headset today, so it looks a little different. Had some echo issues, so if anybody has a sound problem, throw it in the comments for me. Oh, Greg, good morning. I'm glad you're here. And Melanie, a bear, is here. My bear is sitting next to me, Miss Melanie. Hi, Greg. Um, so I'm going to kind of just run down a few sponsors like I have been. I will let you know I'm a little tired this morning. We'll just keep it real. The precious T-Ma, if you do not know T-Ma, she is DP with Sparklers. And she she does a giveaway in every one of her lives, and I won last week, and so she invited me to come on last night, and we got to gabbing, and her lives are usually late, but I didn't go to bed I finished off on her live at like midnight, and then I was wound up, and I didn't fall asleep till like 1:30 in the morning, so you got groggy, Jenny, today. But I had so much fun. She's just so delightful. And speaking of her, she's actually one of our sponsors for Diamonds in the Rough. I got my shirt on. She does all of the like extra sparklers. So this is part of my stash. Um, and I've got, let's see. Oh, here's one bag. I haven't even opened. This has some of the um I didn't do the ES like package. I just bought them individually. So I have two kits in this. I mean, there's all kinds of things. I love her stickers. I was talking on her live last night. I have got to figure out a way to organize these. I have blues and purples and blacks and yeah. And I have more on the way. I just placed another order. So, but y'all, she is a wonderful sponsor. So, um, if you have not tried her stuff, give it a shot. Those ESs, they're enhancement kits that they do. Like they have the kit, and then there's a PDF of what you could do and replace drills. So give them a shot if you haven't tried before. They are a lot of fun. Um, let's see. Okay, Simpsons Diamond Art. Well, good morning. Um, T. Emily, did I pronounce that correct? I'm so sorry if I totally messed that up, but I love your name. Welcome. Good morning. Let's see. We got another sponsor. Let's see. Let's do Lady Lathe. There is Stacy, there is Vicky, and there is Nikki. They are a great group of ladies. They do some amazing stuff. My shirt is by Nikki, and these are for sale. You can reach out to Nikki directly. These are really fun. They have white, they have gray. They're very, very comfortable shirts. Like I'll wear it all day today, and then I'll probably go to sleep in it because it feels really good, and then I'll wash it before next week. Well, I have a gray one and a white one, so I'll switch between the two. But yeah, they're so comfortable. So if you're looking for a good shirt and you want to wear a big paw around, there's the shirts. Now that was Nikki. Stacy made us these mugs, or wine glasses, I should say, and she put the logo on there. And she's got little paws on it. It's a dog thing. She put my name on there. During Ditsy's live, I was drinking apple juice out of it because it was a Tuesday night and I'm an old lady. So what can I say? Ditsy got me this for Christmas, and it's a paw. And Stacy has so kindly donated a couple of these for us. And Ditsy actually had mine customized, so I have a picture of Indy in there. Aww. But the ones that Stacy donated do not have the dog picture in the bottom. It's just a jar. But these jars are great. I did a video of this, but it holds a chapstick perfectly. So I keep it on my desk, and I keep my chapstick in there. Stacy also does pens. I recently got 2 fidget spinner pens from her. This is a diamond painting pen, and it's got this fun little pinwheel on it. It's got some bling in there. And then she also made me this amazing writing pen. I asked for a fidget spinner writing pen Look at that thing go. It's amazing. It also has a little bit of bling. Let's see if I can get it in the camera. I don't know if you can even see the bling or not, but there's a ring of bling. So let me see. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Here we go. Good grief, Jenny. Get it together this morning. See, I'm tired, but there's a little bling right there. And it's a twist off cap, and there's your pin. And it does twist on here. So if you're looking for something like this, Stacy does have these. So way fun. I can fidget with that all day. Okay, let me check chat. Let's see. Ditzy is here. Good morning, Dits. Oh, hi, Grahams. Good morning. I'm so glad everybody's here. All right, next up, so Mooney Maid is another sponsor of Diamonds in the Rough. I've showed off this tray. This is a very old tray from her. I think it was 2022, maybe 2021. But she has great trays. She's now upgraded them. There's little magnets in the corner, so there's a new upgrade on her trays. But she has so graciously been a sponsor for us. She's given some gift card and a big, very, very nice grand prize. It's a kit with a new tray and all kinds of goodies. So you don't want to miss out on that. We also have, oh snap, Crafters Cafe. I don't know if you can see this. This is actually the Reagan ones. She did do ones for Diamonds in the Rough. They are on their way to me, so I don't have them yet, but I wanted to show off. So these are the glue dots, and she has regular ones and the fat ones. So the fat ones you can do in your multi-placer. These you do in your single placer. And one thing I like, she offers you, let me get in my bag. Sorry for the noise. I should have been more prepared. Okay, I don't know where it is. She offers that you can upgrade and put it in one of the metal tips, and it's only $2 more. There it is. She also offers the metal tips. So if you're ever interested in trying one of the metal tips, I'm trying to get this to focus. Sorry, guys. That's a really great way to do it. It's just a $2 addition. So these are $8. If you pay $10, you get the metal tip as well. And it's a great way because those tips are not cheap if you try to buy them individually, like separate. So that's a good opportunity to try one if you have not tried the metal tips. Okay, let me check chat really quick. All right, we have Tracy in there. All right, and another sponsor we have is Creations Morin. And she designed a tray this year that is, now don't forget, Yellow Dog Designs is our official tray because they did our logo and they were with us last year. So Carrie with Yellow Dog is our main tray, but we also got this cute little guy. It's a cat. It says Diamonds in the Rough with the year, and this was her version 2. She has now changed to a version 3. So if you want this one, you've got to order it like now and tell her you want it in version 2 because she's going to go to version 3, which if my understanding is these are rounded. All the corners are rounded like her old trays, but it's still going to be the skinnier spout. But these are great trays. So these are fun. And she has a putty with it as well. Let me see if you can see that. That's the Diamonds in the Rough putty. I think it's kind of floral scent. And then the last one before we bring our guest on is Custom Pens by Cheryl. And I don't know that a lot of people are familiar with her. Let me jump in chat and say hi to people. Animal base smell. I am not pronouncing that correct, but hi, I'm glad you're here. Diamond Doodler, which is Maniba, is just here. DP Addictions, Jen is here. Good morning, Jen. Wow, I've got so many great people here today. Thank you guys. New faces. It's fun to see new faces. I love this. So now what I was going back to. Custom Pens by Cheryl. I don't know how many people are familiar with her, but I found her on Etsy just doing a diamond painting pen search quite a while ago. And she does 3D printed pens. So this is one of them. This is like she does different designs in the 3D print. This is my big fat one. This is the fattest pen I own. I love this pen for when my hands hurt. They are very, very lightweight. And I am going to try to move my mic and let you guys hear this. So I hope you can hear it. Okay. Did you guys hear that okay? It's one of those range. Oh, that was Fancy Mel. Oh, hi, Fancy Mel. I am so sorry. It's Fancy Mel. That's awesome. Okay, I'm sorry I didn't recognize you, Fancy Mel. But hopefully you guys could hear that. It is the rain gauge on there. Am I frozen? I look frozen on my end, so I'm hoping I'm not frozen for you guys. Good morning, Tammy. Both of these are the rain gauge pens. So, they're very fun. Now, one thing she also does, and this is what she sent to us. Can somebody tell me if I'm frozen on your end? Hi, Tammy. On my end, I'm frozen. So, um, okay, good. I'm not frozen. Yay. All right. So, on these, the other thing that Cheryl does, and this is what she has donated to us, is she does pen toppers. They're 3D printed pen toppers. This is a wolf. And let's say you're not multi-placing, you're single placing, or maybe you have a multi-placer, but you're not flipping, you're not going to single place at all, and you just want something fun in the end of your pen. These are pen toppers. I'm going to try to put it on top of my shirt so you can kind of see. This is a wolf. And then I have the cutest little pig. Look at the pig. Isn't that stinking adorable? It's got like little ears, and it's probably hard to see, but it's got little nostrils in there too. So, yeah, these are so fun. The rain gauge pens are fun. I love listening to them. So, thank you all for letting me know that I wasn't frozen. Okay. Thank you guys. Tammy says I've been wanting one of those pens. Those are cool. They really are. And they're not expensive. You know, they're not cheap, but they're not expensive. So, she does a great job. She has a lot of designs, a lot of colors. So she's on Etsy. So everybody that I have mentioned, I now have a link tree in my bio of my Instagram. In that link tree, there is a link to the Google Doc with all of the sponsors listed. So, and it will have the sponsor's name. They're in alphabetical order reverse. So starting with Z, everybody starts with A. I got to be weird, change it up. So I've got it started at Z. You'll go through and I've listed, with Ditsy's help, we've retrieved everybody's, social medias, whatever social medias they have. If they have a product for Diamonds in the Rough, we've linked that product directly. If there's a discount code, we've listed the discount code. So, instead of trying to throw a bunch of links in here, and if anybody wants to, you're welcome to, but for the most part, the way I did it was just put everything in one doc, and it's pretty easy, and it's in my link tree in my bio. So, DP Dix says you could do 3 pigs and a wolf. Yes, there we go. The 3 little pigs. I could have my own little story, like a puppet story. Michelle Morris Campbell's here. V with Magpie Arts here. Thank you. Melanie says, I'm her kind of weird. Yeah, that's true. I'm sorry if you guys hear Indy. Something has gotten her worked up behind me. So Steve is handling that in the other room. So if you hear her, very sorry. She got wound up by something. She heard something. Okay, so without further ado, I would like to bring on my guest, if she can give me a thumbs up in the background, if she's good. All right. So you guys, please give a warm, wonderful welcome. Somebody who we all know. Well, I think we all know her by now. But she has brought so much to the diamond painting community, and watching her product grow has been such a joy. So, without further ado, I would like to introduce everybody to Tracy of Tracy's DP World. Yay, there she
Hey,
is.
how are you?
good. Thank you so much for being here, Tracy. I know that you're technically working today, so you're on your lunch break and here playing with me and chatting with me today,
Thank you
squeezing
for
it in.
having me. This is
Oh,
awesome.
absolutely. I'm so glad you're here. And I know it's kind of a new thing for you. So, everybody I know will be great, but you guys throw questions up. I want to let you know that because I'm doing it through StreamYard, Tracy cannot see the chat. So if you have a question, I'll be looking at chat and then I'll feed it to Tracy. StreamYard likes and dislikes Instagram. So bear with me. So if Tracy or I don't respond right away, I'll keep checking chat. So, and there's a slight delay from what Tracy and I see and then what shows up on Instagram. So I'll kind of be popping back and forth. So bear with me a little bit. But let's see. Ditsy says, hi, welcome friend. Greg, I think you know Greg, says yay.
Yeah. No pressure.
And no pressure. Jen with
Figured
DP
how to get a
Addiction.
full house, right? That's
Yeah,
okay. I told you I need to just rip the band-aid off and finally do this. We've been talking on and off about doing lives and got to get out of my head, get out of the fear and just do it. So this is fun.
I'm glad. I'm glad. This is an easy one. It's not a huge crowd. Everybody's super nice. So I'm glad you were willing to do this because I want the world to see you because your heart is so big and you're so kind. So I'm so glad that everybody can see your face and see behind the scenes. um, Jen with DP Addiction Adventures says, "Hey, sweet Tracy." Tammy says Tracy with a bunch of exclamation points. We have a Daisy has just joined, and Graham says hiya. So Tracy has been an amazing sponsor. She joined Diamonds in the Rough last year, which is how we met, and then how you met Ditzy. We kind of all met at the same time.
Right.
And as we kind of mentioned, I think in Ditsy's live, she kind of just nudged and nudged a little bit to keep pushing you to get that putty out. And if I'm not mistaken, your first putty that you kind of sponsored before you first opened was for DP Addiction Adventures, her
Yeah,
May
it
event.
was. Yeah. I sponsored a couple of things for her before I actually got the shop open. It was right about the time I got this harebrained idea to go ahead and actually open a shop. And it really was all about just wanting to give back to this amazing community. That's really where it got started and still really where it is. It's not like, I've got as we said, I'm on my lunch break today. I got a full-time job. That's what pays the bills and etc. But this is the passion, and wanting to give back. And again, somewhere along the line, got this harebrained idea that I'm going to go ahead and open up a shop, and it's been a ton of fun.
Well,
I mean,
I'm
and we
glad it's been
were we were
fun.
getting started together. Like we said, we got to know each other during Diamonds in the Rough last year, and then you started, putting up videos as I'm trying to put the store up. And no, Ditzy, you did not bug me at all. You were just excited as I was, and it was right in that stage of when can I get this going, and so yeah, it's been an
Uh,
amazing adventure, hasn't it?
it has been. I have to tell you,
New
Jen,
year,
but I've been trying. So this is amazing. So proud of you, Tracy. You rock.
thank you.
Michelle says hi. Love ordering from Tracy. Tia Mills says yes to the big heart. And Tammy said, Tracy, thank you so much for the extra goodies you sent me when I ordered your version of Alien Putty. Not to mention, you said such wonderful things to me. Feel the same way about you. See, your heart is so big. I love it. Everybody loves you, Tracy. I mean, like,
Aw.
okay, I have to brag, and I need to show the diamonds in the rough stuff. But
Okay.
when I wasn't feeling good, Tracy was so sweet. She went above and beyond and sent me a care package. I actually won a grand prize with one of Jen's events, but she also included this really sweet care package. And I love these. This is so wonderful. If you haven't tried these, do you still have the finger things, Tracy? I haven't
Oh
worn
yeah, yeah. In
these
fact, I
things.
ordered a bunch more. They're variety of colors. Come with a little matching washi tape. Yeah.
I don't know if people, I mean, my mom always had ones kind of like this when she worked as secretary, but these things are game changers. Really, these work wonders. So, and she doesn't just sell one; it's a pack of 3 with 3 different sizes.
We all have
So
different
you
fingers.
Yes, you can put them on different fingers, see which one fits. You're not stuck to like one giant one and you have to
Like
try to
I'll
figure
use
out
it
what.
on my pinky, which is great, where you can rest on the painting and still, do what you need to do. But I've noticed like my daughter's been using multiple ones, and
Oh yeah,
so
I've
yeah,
used multiple ones, like depending upon what I'm doing, especially if I'm flipping between multi-placing and single placing, because my all different areas are hitting my canvas. So I'll usually have
this
all
help with
3
some
on
kind
one
of
hand.
something I put on my wrist so I don't hit the painting. I'll be great. But this does help because, like you said, you can balance on the painting with your pen and not stick.
Not stick. It's amazing. Um, so thank you for that. I mean, that shows your heart is like you knew I wasn't feeling good and you just like sent me a hug in the mail. It was amazing. Oh, Stein Plays has joined. Oh, Greg says I can attest to that. Oh, he is getting such good points today. Tammy
Yeah,
said you made her cry. Oh, I'm sure that's good tears. So, um,
yeah, yeah.
well, Tracy, Ditzy came up with an idea, and you ran with it, and you
And who would have thought we would have been able to manage to do it? It was fun. We laughed about it, but it was a really good idea. And anyone with pets know, or dogs, right?
right.
Their paws smell like Fritos.
So it really does smell like corn chips. I don't know if anybody's not gotten theirs yet. Do you still have some in the shop,
Oh yeah,
Tracy? Okay.
definitely.
All right. So the if you know that smell when your dog really desperately needs a bath or they've been out in the dirt and their feet get to stinking, it smells just like Fritos or corn chips.
Yeah.
And you nailed the scent. And I know that you felt like it was overpowering. Your house, Greg can probably test this too. Your house probably stunk to high heavens after such a
We ended up buying a lot of
massive.
Fritos because we were craving them. And it didn't help that it's like I ended up knocking over a bottle while I was making a big batch of this stuff. So it was getting it out of my pad and my table and cleaning.
Oh gosh.
But again, it's not a bad smell. It just
No,
was a lot of smell.
I think if there was a lot of it all concentrated, it might get a little overwhelming.
Right?
um, let's see.
But it was a fun
Tammy,
idea, and Ditzy, I'm so glad you came up with the idea because it's funny at first. It kind of sounded like, well, it's cute. Is anybody else going to get into this? And yes, everybody's been into it. I made an unscented just in case somebody wanted just a cute little paws. Right?
right.
I think I've sold one.
Oh, well, I'm glad everybody likes the puppy smell, and a lot of people are enjoying it, and they're like got a lot of laughs with the story about all of the Frito smell. And Greg did say that you guys consume 4 bags of Fritos. So, oh,
Yeah,
Miss
can't help it.
Miss Emma Casey has joined us. Dizzy is clapping her hands. She's excited everybody likes it. So, and Greg also said your outdoor trash can still smells like Fritos.
Yeah,
Hey, that's
but
better than
again,
like
it could go a lot worse.
yeah, spoiled milk or something else would be a whole lot worse than Fritos.
Exactly.
But you have so many other goodies. Like, here's the frog lily pad. Mine is still. I kept it in the box because I didn't. In my chaos, I didn't want to lose him. But it is the
I
lily
don't know
pad.
hiding
Oh, look,
is,
she's
but
got some
there you
there.
go.
So these are great for ABs. So you wet the lily pad, which
And
is like kind
yes,
of a
this is a
sponge.
sponge. A lot of people like don't realize. Yes, it's a sponge. You just put a little bit of water in there. It doesn't need to be flooded, but just enough so that you can touch. It works with wax, works with putty. It just makes it not so sticky, right? I mean, any of us that have been doing this for a while, we've done the use your dirty wax, right? And that's great until you run out of dirty wax and need more, right?
Right.
And yeah, this just really, really helps to be able to keep going. In fact, I never would multi-place with ABs before because it was such a hassle. And now, yeah, I can get through ABs a lot
Wow.
quicker. And they're beautiful, but they're a hassle,
They
you know?
are. I did
Yeah,
not realize you can do the multi-placing with it. That's incredible. I have not tried that,
it
so
helps. Yeah.
that's really good to know.
And so I've been talking with Ditzy because she mentioned something that in her video the other day about she uses a larger multi-placer than I do, and she can't fit it in there. I am actually looking into getting some bigger ones and to make an option to have a bigger case because it is handy.
Okay.
And with the strong magnet on these, you can put I don't have a tray with me here. You could snap it right into your tray and it'll
Oh
hold.
yeah.
You could use this as a cover minder. You could use it just to hold next to your, like on the edge of your painting where you're working, or you can even put it right in the tray with your ABs. So it's got a lot of
Oh, that's
flexibility.
wonderful. That's
Yeah, I'm
fantastic.
looking
I
into
didn't
that
think
right
about
now.
sticking it in my tray. That's brilliant. Especially when you have all the ABs in there and it's just dip
Well,
dip, you know?
I'm going to give Rich a shout out because he came up with the idea to put it in the tray. I thought it was brilliant. It does work really well. And he's also the one that gave me the idea on the fingertips. I had never seen him
Okay.
before. So I want to
Wow.
give credit where credit's due. This whole community is like that, right? We come up with ideas and we share them. And hey, that's my idea is just, hey, if I can get them out there where we can all have access to it, you know?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's what I love is we all do, nobody is kind of like the hoarder of ideas. So,
Mm-mm.
um, Jen, DP Addiction Venture, says she wants to grab some. She said scents are a little too hard for her, so she is going to try to get an unscented. And she loves the frog and the lily pad. She said it was so cute.
Yeah, I
Tammy
want to
says,
mention something. You made me think of that one
yeah.
because you're right. There are people that have sense sensitivities, and actually, we talked about the very first thing I sponsored last year. I didn't even think about it. I sent it off to Jen and find out, oh, bless her heart, she's allergic to some of the scents on there. Um, when you're dealing with small shops, and we don't necessarily all put it out there, although I've been thinking about maybe putting something up about some custom things. Don't be afraid to ask us if we can do something for you, right? We're not the big corporation that can't make a substitution or can't change something or do a custom order, right? So I'm saying it for me, but I'm also letting anybody know, ask. There's a lot of times we can do something. If you see something you want, maybe we can adjust or, hey, can you make blah, blah, blah for me?
I'm
You
glad
know?
you mentioned that because I actually did that with Zodiac Shadows. Actually Friday night, I think it was. Yeah, so yeah, it doesn't hurt to ask. The worst they can say is no. And
Exactly.
if you don't ask, you don't get the opportunity. So, yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that, Tracy, because I think that is key. And you're so easy to work with, so I don't think anybody would have any problem.
And I'm sure you
um,
do. There's a lot of these small shops that are the same way, right? There's things that
oh
we can
yeah,
do. It's not necessarily something that's up there and advertised, not to hide it from anybody, but it's just how do you package that, right?
yeah, and I think sometimes you don't want to be overwhelmed that your whole thing becomes customs, but like
Yeah,
yeah, do ask. It doesn't hurt.
yeah,
I
absolutely.
did want to say that Tammy said hi, Greg, or Mr. Tracy, whatever you want to be called. So Greg has a new name, Mr. Tracy.
There we go.
uh, Tracy does love her froggy. Twinkle Little Diamonds, which is Courtney Kaufman. She's here. Greg said hi back with a laughy face. Artemis has joined us.
The whole gang's
Tammy,
here.
yeah, Tammy says I do need to add a big one also because she likes an 8 to 10 placer. Oh,
Cool.
Artemis says hi. Sorry, I'm late. It's okay, Artemis. Diamonds Frag joined. That's a new face. So good morning. Glad you're here. Tammy says she
Yeah,
is
it's
a
probably
Florida.
good that you got me in here under the pretense that probably nobody will be here because I would have gotten more nervous. And this is really cool, and I'm glad I'm finally doing this.
I'm
Ditsy
glad
asked me
you
like a
are.
year ago, and I was like, "Oh my god, no way! I'm too embarrassed." Right? Um,
Well,
that's
I'm glad
probably
you
good. I
did
didn't know
it.
everybody's going to be here, but I'm glad because again, I
Oh,
love this community. Um, like I got started a couple of years ago diamond painting. My daughter diamond painted. She got me my first one for Christmas a couple of years ago. Fell in love with it. Within that first year, I found events, and I was like, "Oh, this is really fun!" And I'm doing all these events, and then somewhere along the line, it came into again this harebrained idea and wanting to give back and sponsor. And Jen was so generous to let me sponsor a couple of things, like I said, even before I got the business started. And so, yeah, this is an amazing community. So
so
yeah.
let me ask you, what made you pick putty?
I can't even remember. I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, other than trying some things, and there's still ideas in the think tank that might come to play. The funny thing is, one of the first things I ever bought was the idea for the stuff for the lily pad, and it took me months to ever get it out because the putty stuff took off.
Oh,
Right? I mean, it was,
interesting.
just trying some different things and, not 100% sure what direction it was going to go, but the putty took off like crazy. And then somewhere in there started sponsoring with events, right? Where it was like, wow, this is really cool. And I am blessed. Well, I'm blessed that I got a wonderful husband, but also that he's a great graphic designer. And so he's my artist. He's come up with all
Oh,
the cool designs. So we've done personalized stuff for every event, or like the fun stickers we did for
mhm.
Oz and Og, all the different stuff. So
Wow, I had no idea that Greg was doing all of that. Like, I wasn't sure if the images, like the stickers and stuff, were just stock stickers you found. So those were stickers Greg made?
So the labels is all his work. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I think we did purchase like the Oz and Og. We did do like the set of stickers that we,
Okay.
purchased the right on the artwork.
Yeah.
But no,
But like,
he's my
I mean,
muse.
he does so many great things. Like this
Flinging
is
in the new
the
year.
Flinging in the New Year. And but your general ones are so pretty too. Like, even
Thank
that is
you.
such a great design. And then of course, you saw my diamonds in the rough. Oh, here's the Oz and Og design. I mean, these are fantastic. I clearly have a putty problem. I mean,
And I'm
this
going to
is
go ahead and
like,
show off. I haven't got it up yet, but the next
yes, please
upcoming
do.
event, we've got Mermaids and Magic for the first
Ooh, that's
preview.
pretty.
I love them. They're so pretty.
And what scent is that, Tracy?
I'm going to do Ocean Breeze. Now, I did sell some of those last summer. Ditsy, I'm going to give you credit again, too. She had mentioned back when Shay was still doing the event, she'd even mentioned, oh, that'd be a really pretty putty for, mermaids. And then this is all just kind of coming together. So those will be out probably soon. And, all of my event sets have a cover minder as well. And I've got multiple colors, but I'm just going to grab one here. There's going to be a really pretty mermaid tail. They're all iridescent, and there's like 4 different colors. So, and some other little
Ooh.
surprises that are coming. So,
Yeah, you do have the greatest cover minders, and she does great magnets on her cover minders, y'all. Like, they are no joke.
like the premium
They
ones have, like the really heavy ones, which are on the lily pads. They're the really
Yeah.
heavy duty, but even the regular ones have
Yeah,
as
but I
strong a
mean,
one as I can get.
yeah, I mean, even the little ones, I had my little one and now I don't know where I did with it. But even the little ones are a really strong magnet. The little tiny
Yeah,
like
like
paws
a
that
couple
came.
of the little
Yeah,
dogs.
yeah,
Yeah.
they hold up
I would
great.
get
If
as
I
big of a magnet as possible to work with it. There's been a couple of things that have had to have a smaller magnet just because it's a small design,
Mhm.
but
But it's still a good magnet. I mean, those
oh,
little tiny paws that came with the diamonds and the rough ones, like the small ones that you
yeah,
put with there, those still have fantastic magnets. I
awesome.
never have to worry about your magnets. I'm going to check chat really quick here. Um, Magpie Art Collective, who is V, she said she agrees. As a smaller shop, I love to create something special when asked. And
Right.
Ditzy says all the small shops are great. I've always have specific ideas for event prizes, and everyone always works so hard to bring my vision to life. Tammy says you're doing awesome. Ditzy asked, have you decided if you will offer an advent for sale this year?
I gotta figure out something. I know. Yeah, that got a pretty big response, and I did it out of fun. And again, it was just something fun to do for friends, right? And it was like, okay, I'm going to put this thing together, and um, so for those that didn't see it, probably most everybody here did. I used the same type of containers I use on the lily pads. I had these, right, and I thought, I'm going to put together some different scents that I've made over the years. I even put a little cute note for Paul not to be, careful about licking the putty. Um, which my husband actually incorporated into the design when we did the cookies, because we have the box of cookies now,
Uh
and
huh.
there is a little disclaimer about not for consumption in there. Um, but it was a fun little thing, and it was the response was even bigger on that. So I'm gonna have to figure something out.
I think you do.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you, what is kind of like your design process and how long, this is kind of a two answer question, but I think you can kind of answer it as one. But What is your design process? And in flips of that, how long does it take you to make a batch of putty? And how many things of putty do you get out of it?
Just have never really timed it. And it depends because I mean, I can make smaller batches or larger batches, so that's really hard for me to give you an idea on that. Like I knew that Diamonds in the Rough was going to be really big, so I made up a whole bunch. Where sometimes maybe I'll just make up a small batch because I'm not sure how something's going to sell, but then I can always come back and make up a little bit more, right? So yeah, that's a really hard one. And as far as timing, I don't know. Because you got to figure too, some of that's the planning, right? Sometimes that can even take longer of sitting down and saying, okay, here's an idea. And like, I'll get together with Greg, with Greg and say, okay, we're going to this event. Let's come up with this idea. Although usually I just give him an idea. His artwork is always exceeds my ideas. Like, feed this to you, run with it. I'm not sure exactly how long it takes, but I mean, I can whip it up in a, again, I'll sit down and I'll chart out. I'll try to get my ideas of what I've got coming up. Events may be a little bit different, although I'm also working on those and just say, what do I want to do for the month? Maybe like in springtime, like I got some flowers out right now, or in the summer, just some, I'm already looking to do, some summery things again, fall scents, winter sets, right? Things that kind of organically come together, and then others that are like, I've got a lot of people that want me to bring back the apple since we did Oz and Og. So I'm already looking at a month coming up of doing some different apple scents. Ooh. Right. So it's kind of planning that. And then again, events come in. And I learned the hard way, got involved with big event last year, the big one, right? And I was so excited to actually be included as a sponsor with Drills and Chills. That was great, but got blown away with the orders too. So.
But I really think, I mean, I think you had been big, but I think that like catapulted you. I feel like you were getting a lot of sale, and I could be completely wrong. Just outwardly, you would hear people mention you, and then when Drills and Chills came, it was like you became a household name overnight. There's so many people in the community that know your name. Like,
I still see my name out there sometimes, and it's like, is that me? You know who I am?
Well, and that's the fun thing is I feel like we've become friends, and so like I'm cheering you on. And when somebody puts a post in the like DAC VIP group, what's your go-to putty, or other different groups out there that say what's your go-to putty, and you can look and it's Tracy, and I'm like, yes, go Tracy.
Word of mouth's the best thing, it really is. And the cool thing is there are a lot of us doing this, and there's room for all of us. It's one of the best things that I heard going into this, and I completely agree with that philosophy. There's room for all of us, right?
Absolutely.
It doesn't have to be a competition between putty companies or, companies that make trays or whatever it is, right?
Yeah, because we all have our favorites, and there's like, you're in Georgia too, and sometimes during the summer, one putty will be just way too sticky, even if I put it in a little fridge. Like I have a little mini fridge, like a little portable one that's like this big. It holds like 6 cans of Coke, but I keep it in my craft room as a quick cool my putty down. I love it. It was like $50 on Amazon. I just can throw, if it's a hot day, I can throw my putty in that, let it cool down. But there are some putties that still manage the Georgia temperature well with it being cold. There are some that I can cool it down, but it's so hot here that it gets sticky right away again. Like, too stringy.
Mail truck for, however long can also affect it. And
absolutely. So,
Dipsy was laughing that I'd won some putty on her event last week. I'm like, that's fine. I love it. And I love trying other stuff. And I do use other people's stuff. Or if they get a scent that I really like that I don't happen to have, yeah, absolutely.
Now, what has been your most favorite scent that you've done?
One of them, I'm going to say, and I've actually got some of the stuff here because it's for sale right now. I have the Spring Bouquet, which I think
I got that one from Jen.
Yeah.
Like a year ago.
I'll show everybody this. I love this one. Because I love rainbows. As you can see, I've got rainbows in my stuff. Every single scent on every color is a different scent.
So
Right. So the
cool.
red is the rose. Oh, I'd have to go through it all. We're talking. I'm going to. Every scent's a different scent, but it miraculously came together, and it really does smell like a bunch of flowers. It doesn't just smell like a muddled,
How
crazy.
do you like just lay all them out and then cut the hearts out of that?
Yes,
How do you get it?
basically, yeah. So I'll make all the different colors, and then I combine them together. And a lot of my stuff, I'll do that just because it's fun. Right. I'll pick a
Yeah.
couple of colors. Like I did a jelly bean one for Easter, right? And so I did like 3 different colors, or like you were talking about the bling in the new year, I did like 4 different colors to match the different cover minders, right? So I'll make a multicolor thing a lot of times and just kind of marble them together, basically roll it out, and then cut out the different shapes.
Okay.
Also tried this year with a different the year-long Asian event.
Yeah.
I've tried, and it worked out really well, where I've tried a stamp. It's got to be on a single color. So kind of like the diamonds in the rough, right? Where you got the paw
Yeah.
prints.
Yeah.
Tried that where it's got an imprint and then cut out. Really, that needs to be a single color. But so back to what you're asking on this. Yes, you combine all the colors together, roll it out, and then can cut out your shapes.
It seems so time consuming. I admire you, Tracy. I don't know that I have the patience for it. I can diamond paint, but there's other things. Let me see really quick in chat. Oh, Greg said he's finding little magnets all over your house. I bet that's entertaining. It's like you guys probably have drills. Now you have magnets. There's probably all
What
kinds of
diamond
stuff
painter doesn't have drills? Who hasn't woke up with a drill stuck to your arm or your leg
somewhere.
or?
Yeah, my husband will be like walking around and he's like been saving them. He's like, "Do you need these?" And I'm like, "Babe, I will never be able to match that color. Just throw it away." But thank you for the kindness.
I know you've found
see.
them on Indie before. Exactly.
Oh yeah, yeah. Diamonds by Asia joined. She's actually in Poland.
Cool.
Yeah, she's a sweet lady that I have met through Instagram. Tammy says, "I'm wanting the box of cookies too, but it's hard not to eat your putty." Greg says, "Mr. Tracy loves when she's making batches of cookies." Oh, I bet he does. Does he get real cookies too, or just the scent of cookies?
Yeah, but you know what? I probably should. Now that you say that, I'm going to have to. You've just.
I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. Because actually, it sounds pretty good now. But I guess I know what I'm doing after work.
Let's see. Tammy says that she absolutely wants you to sponsor all the events. Magpie Art Collective says that mini cooler is a genius idea for certain art supplies. Yeah, it's been a game changer in my craft room. I just love it. It's so easy. I just grab it really quick. I don't have it plugged in here right now, or I would bring it in, but to do my setup for my live, I took it out in the hallway and plugged it in out there. So I don't have it handy. I'll bring it out next.
Because I remember the very first video that anyone ever did of my stuff with you.
Yeah.
You had done one, and I remember that you had said you'd stuck it in the fridge before you ever even opened it because you knew, because we were right in the middle of hot.
Yeah, it was hot. Yeah. Ditzy says, "Who bought from you first when you first opened shop?" She and I have the beef.
We're like what, like less than a minute apart? I think it was. Mm-hmm. You edged her out by. But I gotta say thank you so much to both of you for being there, and not just you guys. I mean, people like Jen, who was there to let me sponsor when I didn't even have a shop, and so many people that are here. And it's like, I feel like I should have written a speech for accepting. There are so many people here today that have been so supportive, and I can't thank you guys enough for helping to make this dream possible.
Ditzy now asked, "Who was the first non-tester buyer?" I don't know what she means.
So, like, besides the two of you and my husband?
Yeah, who else has tested?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Oh. Happy Little Drills Carol said, "Hi, ladies." Greg says, "I wanted to test the shop and I purchased a teddy bear cover minder."
We actually
so actually, I guess he was the first buyer. Oh,
technically, but it was our testing of it. So of putting it, actually opening the shop and not us. Yes, you still have the honor. You get to wear the crown.
We both lost to Greg or Mr. Tracy. I like calling you Mr. Tracy. Mel's Mojo joined. She says, "Hey, I think that's a she. Sorry, not a he. I think that's a Mel. Mel's Mojo. That's a new face, and I can't see the picture, their profile picture. It's too small. So, I'm sorry, Mel's, but that's a great. I love that name, Mel's Mojo. Sorry, I'm easily amused. I love the names that people come up that are
Right?
creative. You know.
Yeah.
Um, so Tracy, I know you've got Mermaids of Magic coming up. What else do you have in the works that you are getting ready for?
So next month is Mental Health Awareness Month.
Mhm.
Big advocate. So there's a couple of events going on. I'll be sponsoring, at least as far as, sponsorship, hey, you can win prizes. I don't know if we'll be coming up with a special putty or not for those, because what I am going to be coming out with is a pack um, for Mental Health Awareness Month, but it's just more than anything meant to be motivational. So there
Okay.
will be a scent that goes with it, but it's, instead of it being maybe event driven, more awareness driven. So
Okay.
it'll actually apply to any of the events that are going on next month, because there are 2 or 3. So I am working on getting that all. In fact, my supplies just got in this week, so I'm going to be
Oh,
working getting those
yay!
out pretty soon.
Now, and I didn't get the box, but the box Ditzy showed it in one of her videos. The box that you did as well, I know that went crazy. You sold out really fast of those. That was such a cute idea. It's so many fun goodies in one little pouch. Like that
Started
was
collecting
so
all
much
that
fun.
stuff up since last event. Right, it's been like, okay, we got to come up with something fun to do. So yeah, you're right. The first one I did was the dog box, which is what she's got, right? And it's because I'd sent
Mhm.
her the prizes. Sold out in 2 days. So I did restock, and I had a lot of people say they wanted a cat version. So there is a cat version. They're both still available. So anybody that's interested in a pack can get
Oh,
one.
good. Oh,
Hi.
so Mel's Mojo is actually Mel Diamond and Dogs, who is doing Mermaids and
Awesome.
Magic. So she's, oh, there is Mr.
There's Greg.
Tracy! Yay!
What'd
We got
Greg
a
do?
sneak peek of Mr. Tracy. I love that. Thank you so much, Greg, for popping in. I appreciate that. That was a fun thing.
Bring him out of his
I'm
show.
I love it. I'm gonna check with and Mel rewatch the replay because she did a sneak peek of the putty and the cover minder for Mermaids and Magic. So check it out. She did a little sneak peek. It's getting close to that time to let everybody go to catch
Yes, it
Dax. I know
is.
there's some amazing
There.
ones. Before
Dax
I
the
jump off, is anybody have any quick questions that you have that maybe I didn't cover or you had for Miss Tracy? Let's see. Dissy says she has some available, I thought. And Michelle Morris Campbell says, I got the dog and cat box. They're both great boxes of joy. Yay!
You're fun.
um, Tracy, is there anything you want to add before we jump off
Not
and let
that I
people
can
catch
think
those
of.
next?
I,
Okay.
again, thank you so much
Well,
for getting
thank
me to
you.
do this. I've wanted to, but been afraid to do it. Right. Once I get to know people, that's fine. But it's putting myself out there. Right.
It's not easy.
So,
Yeah. It's
yeah.
just,
Thank you, because
but you're a
now maybe I'll say
natural.
yes to more people. Right.
Good. You're a natural at it too, and it isn't a big crowd, and it's a good group.
It's
So I'm
our
glad you
crowd.
feel comfortable.
You
It
know what I
is.
mean? Yeah,
It
and
is.
I
It's
know
like
I
that
get really
little.
busy with work, between work and trying to run a business, which again is joy, right? And like you said, it takes a long time to do stuff. Yeah, but I enjoy it, right? It's still getting to be artsy and crafty, and I know the bigger picture of it. But yeah, I do get busy, and then it's also still family life, and um, so I don't always get to every single live and all these stuff, and that I'd love to. But there's only so many hours in a day, so getting to do this and be with this group, thank you so much. Thank you.
Well, we thank you, Tracy. Truly, you have just came into the diamond painting community. You shared all of your wonderful putty, but you've also shared your heart and your joy, and your kindness. Like, I mean, every package is packaged with love and care, and it shows. And I know I keep saying it, but you just have such a good heart, and I think that's partly what makes the diamond painting community great is people like you, because like you said, it's not a competition. You are just there to have fun, and if people want to buy your stuff, that's great, but you're not going to be upset with somebody else or anything like that. And that's what I mean. Your heart is so good and it's refreshing. And I am grateful that you're part of this community. I'm grateful to Ditzy having Diamonds in the Rough last year so we could all become
Right,
friends.
right.
But truly, thank you for being on here. Thank you for going out of your comfort zone a
No,
little bit. It's
awesome.
truly an honor to have you on here and be one of my guests, and especially have you as a Diamonds in the Rough sponsor. So, and by the way, it is expected you will do it again next year. You
Oh,
don't have a choice.
you couldn't stop me. I've been saying I've been so excited for this event since the last one ended. So, yeah.
Well, I will let everybody go. Thank you so much for everybody for being here, for supporting Tracy and supporting Diamonds in the Rough and Ditzy. Again, check out the link in my link tree for the links to all of the sponsors. I hope you guys have a wonderful Saturday. Go catch your DAX. There's some great book ones, some animal ones. You can get ready for Diamonds in the Rough next year with some animal ones. So, but thank you guys so much. Tracy, hang there for just a second once I hit the end, and I will let everybody have a wonderful Saturday. Thank you so much.
Bye,
Bye
guys.
bye.